Hi everybody, this is Sister Omi. I hope everyone is doing well, and I'm here to do the full moon in Sagittarius reading for the sign of Virgo. And that's for Virgo sun, moon, and rising. So, Virgos, we have come through that new moon in Gemini, and at that time, you were working on things you do professionally, your public role, and you may have been feeling some anxiety, which is normal, when you feel yourself being exposed. But the new moon wanted you to recommit to doing the work that the world calls you to do. Now going into this full moon in Sagittarius. Now Sag represents seeking or quest or seeking truth. It also is highly optimistic and faith. Now that may be something you'll feel. You'll feel more optimistic. Your faith will increase during this time. And any solution you seek will lead to success at this Sagittarius moon. Full moon. So Virgo, this Sagittarius full moon reminds you of the anchor you need to do so. Communications issues may arise, but the thing is, you need to be firm and be clear about your boundaries and steer clear of any unnecessary drama, Now, Virgo, I guess you can take one for the team, but sacrificing personal preferences, for the greater good could feel good, but it shouldn't be your default setting. So give yourself time and space. You need to figure out what you want, then talk it out with everyone else. So what you're seeking is, what do you really want from any given situation that you find yourself in at this particular moon? And what you seek, you will find, and it will be beneficial to you. So what's interesting, I'll say this is the past. So you probably been feeling a little burdened, and tired and exhausted. And then maybe you've been a little rigid in your ways, or you're just rigid in your ways, Virgo. So this probably is more of a phase that you've been, like I said, coming from. We had that last full moon was in Scorpio, so you had to go deep within. And now with that new moon, you're trying to make some changes professionally. It may have brought on some anxiety. So now it's just that you have to set clear boundaries and determine what you want, because really turn this up. It's the man, but here it's represented as the man is represented as the star. And basically what it represents is the 5 points, your 5 senses, and the light around you, like he's encompassed in light. So that's the light from in your heart. And that light in your heart has been a little clouded because you've just been burdened. You've had a lot of things going on. And maybe that's part of bringing on a little anxiety. You've had to deal with a lot of stuff. And then maybe there was a little self-doubt. When you're going through stuff, sometimes you question yourself, but don't worry about that. Don't even question yourself. It's the ebb and flow of life, Virgo. So I'm saying you're coming out of this particular period. You know why? Because look what you got here. I love the wheel, how it's depicted here. It's basically a divination tray, and it's being foretold that your luck has changed. You're in a new cycle. You're on a path of destiny, and this is a positive change that's about to happen for you, or that you're coming into. So if you were seeking some type of change, Virgo, that change is here for you. The change is here. You know, don't allow anything, whatever you've been dealing with, don't allow anything to throw you off balance at this time. Because even when, things go down, they have to go up. It's called the circle, cyclic, Everything has to change, or everything does change. Doesn't necessarily have to, but it does. So here it's just be clear about what are your top priorities also. Which is interesting with that the man in reverse. Maybe you've been a little rigid, but astrologically with this moon, it's like make sure you have clear boundaries. So think about that. If you have your clear boundaries, you have to be clear about your top priorities, and don't fall into any distractions. It's like you've got an opportunity, so you got to put your plan into motion, set your boundaries, and work your plan. What are you seeking at this time? Because whatever it is, Virgo, you're in for some success here. The Four Swords. Now this is the let me get that. Okay, yeah. And this is the message here. So this is about hope and promise. Wow, this is beautiful. And there's also a sense of freedom. However, with that sense of freedom, it could be a very creative time. But this is basically saying stop and smell the roses and engage in social activities. And maybe that's part of it, Virgo. You haven't been very social lately because you've been single focused. And some people don't get it. I understand, but it's all good. Everybody's on their own path. So here, I kind of like the way it's depicted. It's like, maybe just take a rest bit. And even though you're setting your boundaries, it's just like sit back and enjoy what's going on around you. Now the message here, let me make sure I have it. Let's see. Now the message here with this Four Swords is remain calm. Wait and use this moment of stasis to study and to think deeply about all that you need for the near future. Wow, isn't that what I was saying? And remain calm. So that's what, regardless of what's going on, some good things are coming. You still have to remain calm. You still got to do what you have to do. But remain calm and use this moment of balance to study and think deeply about all that you need for the near future. And that's part of setting your boundaries. And those boundaries may have to be adjusted as you study the situation that you find yourself in. Actually, this to me is really very good. So you're coming out of that. Your fortune is changing. And you're going to remain calm enough. Because really at this moment, that sense of faith and enthusiasm to make things work and find those solutions, you're going to make it work for you. All right? Now, we have the almond tree, and it depicts a windfall. So, Virgo, what you working on? What are you working on? This is about happiness and love. So maybe you're going to meet somebody if you haven't already, or your fortune's going to change in that area. But just know this is, your heart is protected. And realize there's nothing to fear here. So maybe you've been dealing with so much, you probably, I said here, this feeling of anxiety and stuff. Maybe it wasn't anxiety. Maybe you just had your guard up because you wasn't in no mood for no BS. I think that's more of what the case is. You know, everyone's experiences are different. So you probably had your guard up and you didn't let certain people in. And I get it, you know. I get it, you know. Ain't no time for no BS. So with this though, just know that, hey, what else could be happening with this almond tree? You could start getting a lot of invitations. Things are going to start changing in a new direction. And what it says here, inner riches grow from psychological maturity, bringing a windfall of good fortune. Wow. This is interesting because the last full moon was in Scorpio, right? So we had to go deep within. And then at that Gemini moon, there was the, Gemini new moon, you know, we were looking for some professional and public changes in your life, and things have been going, you know, whatever it is that you've been working on. So now you're tapping into that faith and enthusiasm at this moon. And it is that you have gone through all this, so now you have to be clear and firm in your boundaries to make sure you eliminate any unnecessary drama. So this is going to bring you some interesting opportunities. You probably already got some invitations, or you know, you've decided to, has someone invited you to go somewhere that maybe they shocked you with the invitation, or maybe you got an invitation in the mail, or you just got an opportunity to do something that, you know, you haven't been able to do, or you wouldn't have thought of doing, you know. So those are windfalls. So this is such a wonderful time. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. Virgo, this is beautiful. Now, I've been using my Zen cards because I love these cards. I don't use them all the time. So let's just see what kind of message we're going to get. Success is not found in what you have achieved, but rather who you have become. Well, Virgo, coming from that Scorpio full moon last month up until now, you were due for some success. And at this Sagittarius full moon, I say Spirit is going to reward you in some type of way. So be prepared for your success and set your boundaries, okay? So let me know what you think, Virgo. You have come out of this, state of confusion and exhaustion. You got an opportunity here for, this is a new cycle, so this is like a path of destiny. Remain balanced here. Remain balanced as you decide exactly what you want and you set your boundaries. You're due for the windfall. And that is not just money. This is life and experiences. You're due for a windfall of some new experiences. And they're going to lead you to success. So, let me know what you think, Virgo. Like, share, subscribe, feel free to leave a message below. Give me a thumbs up. This is Sister Omi. Peace.